Hello everybody, welcome back to Train Simulator 2016. Now, I know I promised the Class 9F on my last video. However, I don't feel that it was at a quality that I could be happy with to put out. So this one's in its place for the time being. Right, there we go. So I'll just put that on. And, yeah, so instead, as a kind of filler, we're going to be looking at the Glasgow Airport Rail Link. It's by Totalised Media and Thompson Interactive as well. The people who did the Edinburgh to Glasgow route and the Class 170 DMU. So what do you get in this? You get it's not an actual route that has been accepted as far as I'm aware, but it was a proposed route to go from Glasgow Central, which I'm sure you'll recognise from the West Coast Main Line North route, just with this bit covered up instead of having track through it, and the West Coast Main Line goes off down there. We're going to head that way. And it goes all the way to Glasgow Airport. It was a proposed route to be constructed in 2013, but since then I haven't heard any word on it as to whether it was completed or rejected. I have no idea. But you get the route that I'm going to be showing you, and you also get this, which I'm currently sat in, which is a Class 380 EMU. Which has got quite an interesting shape as well. You can see there we have a working power screen. We have a few things here. I think there's a bell somewhere. For the driver, I'm not sure. Possibly. So we've still got the AWS. And that's the horn you get with that. Now, I'm thinking that's, okay, number 7. So I'm assuming I'm going down track 7. I have no idea. But yeah, you can see it's only got one power handle, which includes the brake as well. Much like on a lot of EMUs, just like the Class 390, which is the only other EMU I've come across in this game so far. As you can see there, it says 20 miles an hour, all lines. And it's quite interesting, because this has a bit more to it than the West Coast Main Line in terms of gantries, really, which I find interesting. It's quite something, actually. And the Class 380 it's actually quite nice. But this is in operation somewhere along the West Coast Main Line, I believe. Just increase our speed a little bit. As you can see, we're not hauling a very large train, but the purpose of this scenario is to go to the airport and back again. And it says the scenario is around 35 minutes, so it'll be perfect for a video. I'll show you the way there and the way back, which is something I don't normally get to do on these videos. I'm just looking at my audio levels. I'm just hoping that they're okay again, because I'm still trying to figure out the a right sort of percentage to put it out for the input, but that's all technical babble that I need to sort out at some other point. So if we go around here, wipers work like that. We're quite low down, actually, in terms of where the window is. We've got a lot of the panel up here, but it's kind of hard not to stay in here, because it is stated that it's more designed. It does have this on the Steam page. It says, please note that due to the design purpose of this route, the art style of the route is heavily biased towards the driver's eye view, which is basically this. We've got a neutral zone coming up, actually, or a neutral zone already there, which I only just recognised from the West Coast Main Line, both routes. So it covers. It says it features a whole route covering 9 kilometres of existing track from Glasgow Central to Paisley St James, and an additional 1.9 kilometres of new track to the proposed airport junction and Glasgow International Airport. That's what it says on the Steam page. I've got my notes again. I like it when I've got my notes. So we can speed up just a little bit. Ignore the AWS because that's just annoying. So this was released back in 2010. So it's not as detailed as some of the routes you'll come across nowadays. It's still a fun little route. If you just want to have a little runabout, it's actually quite fun. We're going to get a lot of them, I fear. So we don't need to use that much throttle, really. We use a bit of throttle. I thought that was another consist then. Oh, there we go. We got a green. Okay, so it includes 5 scenarios on the career mode. However, in total on the standard, if you go for the standard scenarios, there are 7. The 2 extras are a class 1 used with a class 47 with a local hold special. That's only in the standard one, and then there is also an introduction to the route and the locomotive itself, which it's quite nice, really. It's a unique locomotive, I personally think. But as we go up here, as we go past a shed, maintenance depot, sorry. It's utilised a few. Oh, that's just on the window. It utilises a different few variants of track. One a bit more dirty. There's a class 37 there, and we're just going to accelerate up to the maximum allowed speed for now, which is 75 miles an hour. I'm sure you can go a little bit faster than this. I've tried to go faster than this on Quick Drive, which is quite funny. It is available with Quick Drive, which is nice. Yeah, I think the one I'm doing at the minute is a shuttle service, I think. It's not too difficult. It's kind of perfect for the kind of content I want to make, which I'm going to try and strive and do a bit more. No, there's no independently controlled horn with the spacebar and B, although I do quite like the horn anyway on this, because it basically sounds like how I hear every other diesel. But it's just got that autoplay. I'm not sure if there is a sound pack for it, but I'm pretty sure the folks at Armstrong Powerhouse, who made the Class 142 Pacer DMU that I looked at quite a while ago, will have done something like that. I am speeding. Oh no. Yeah, so we've got notched brakes. Not a notched power handle, surprisingly. It's kind of like a resistor power handle. I'm twiddling my fingers because unlike, it's kind of like the Hornby analog controllers. That's the only real comparison I can make, to be honest. But I think if we leave it at about 10%, we should be cruising nicely. Oh no, we even speed up, which is good. We do have a stop. It's our first stop, thank God, because I haven't been paying attention. Okay, so you can have up to, I think it's 12 cars, because these are 4 cars long, I believe. Yeah, and the third one back has the pantograph on it, which is pretty nice. We've got a Class 47 just over there for some reason. It's having a rest. It's having a rest. And there's a line over there. I don't know what that's for. But yeah, you get quite a few stations. I don't think I've been to all of them on this route. I think I've only done this scenario. I've done this scenario quite a few times, actually. Just try and improve quite a bit. But yeah, it was released in 2010. It's 25 quid. 24.99. Bit expensive for what it looks like now. I mean, some pieces of DLC for Train Simulator have dropped down in price because of their age. I personally think there should be one of them. I mean, not because of like how lacking it is. I mean, it's a little bit lacking, but it says it's biased towards the driver's eye view. And to be honest, you look out the window and it's quite nice. But see, if you look over there, it's there's not really much. So yeah, it's all based on what you see here, which is kind of a good. I guess it's a good thing because it keeps you more in the cab, which is well, what you'd normally do. You wouldn't be you wouldn't be standing on the roof of this thing when it was in service. So there's that aspect of it as well. We've got a 45-mile-an-hour speed limit coming up, as well as our platform stop. I'm just going to put that on notch 25%. We've got a green light now, which means we're catching up to a service, I believe. And we've got a 45-mile-an-hour speed limit in 1 mile. That's not too bad. So, I mean, there's not much I can say about the detail of this route. I mean, yes, it is lacking around, like, after the basic scenery. Which, to be honest, maybe could be improved a little bit. It's like updated to the current standard just a little bit, just add a bit more. Just make it look a little bit more busy if you're ever looking at that. I mean, we've got a bridge in the background for some reason. I don't know what that bridge is, because I have no idea where we're near Gilmour. And I need to slow down. I don't need it on 50%, 25% will do. This thing brakes very good. I think the only comparison I could bring is the Acela Express in America, because I was watching a TV show a long time ago called Extreme Trains, because I quite liked it. It was quite interesting, and it was about one of them was about the Acela, and it said that it uses well, basically it's kind of like the opposite of accelerating. It will take power away, and the motors will brake anyway, as well as the normal brakes, which you get anyway. This is quite a big station, actually. Looks like quite a busy one. It reminds me of Derby a little bit, Derby train station, which I spent quite a bit of time going to and from, because I was at university and like come home for Easter and birthday and whatever. But yeah, so we're due in about now, actually. After a little bit of speeding, and I should stop here because that's the 4-car stop, which I've missed by a lot. Whoops. T. I'm not sure. Oh, okay. So only these two have opened, possibly because of the stop there, so it hasn't worked properly. Which is quite interesting. As you can see there, ScotRail is operated by First, which you will, well, if you live in Scotland and you're watching this, you'll probably see quite a lot. But for someone like me who lives in, well, I've lived in the Midlands for the past couple of years, and I'm also now living in the Northwest. So it's not really something that I normally see, especially when it's supposed to be for Scotland. Never been to Scotland. I want to go, but maybe another time. And we've got the little beeps as well. Like that. And I'm pretty sure I used to be able to signal the driver somehow. I think that was it, the signal bell. I'm not too sure, but we're going to try and accelerate as quickly as we can without causing any discomfort, which you can see on the G-force meter. That's actually quite a novel and good feature. I wish they had like a mini one on the F3 menu, but unfortunately they do not. We got about half a mile before that. Not sure whether it's worth speeding up. That's a single yellow. So, we're going to be wary of that. And it's also saying I'm going to the right. This it intrigues me a little bit because it also confuses me a little bit. Okay. As you can see, we're gently rolling down a hill, so we are going to increase speed now and again. There's also a 25-mile-an-hour speed limit coming up. That's interesting. Ah, yeah, I know what it is. I know what we're doing. Yeah, we're changing up to go towards the airport. This is something that you'll kind of get used to if you go on this route a lot. And then we'll keep a bit of power. It's kind of notched a little bit, but less notched than most. What do you call it? EMUs? That's the one. And again, I can't get my pot fit. I'm very picky about some things sometimes. There we go. There's the airport platform. So yeah, we're now going up towards the airport, which is going over the M8 motorway. I think it said in the fiddly bits on Steam. So we're gonna go as fast as we can across here, just because. Why the hell not? We've got some football pitches over there, and you can see cars in the distance, which no doubt would be the M8 motorway. Now, this, I usually, when I try and do a speed run of this route, I try to go from the airport and then back. As you can see, there's another train coming across here, which is, I mean, this is, it's like, living in Manchester, it kind of makes me feel a bit like the Metrolink. One of the Metrolink drivers. You just see another one. It's like, hello. So yeah, you can see there's an airport. There's some planes there. So we're under 25 miles an hour. We are going to have to slow down a little bit again, just because we're going downhill now into the platform. Is there another one already there? I'm not sure. Oh, I pressed tab then instead. Nope, wrong button. I'm getting my keys mixed up. God damn it. But yeah, there's not much you can play around with in here. There's that's the horn, windscreen wipers, the driver reminder appliance, I think, assistance, one of them. What's that? What are you? Oh, there's your lights. And we're gonna come across because another train will pull in there, possibly as we're leaving. Which I think is it's quite a novel idea, actually. But look how clean this is. The roof kind of reminds me of like a mini King's Cross. It's like if you squashed King's Cross's roof a little bit, maybe. I'm going to try and get as close to the edge as I can. I always try and do this, and I've actually ended up crashing once. I did actually crash once. And we're just going to leave it here, and then do that. So now if I take that off and that off, go to 2 and turn the headlights off, we're going to switch like that so we can go back. Yeah, we've got Glasgow International Airport. Unfortunately you can't change that. As far as I'm aware, you can't press any buttons on here. There was one that you could press on, but... Oh, lost you. No idea. So we're going to leave the brakes at 25%. I can't remember what TPWS stands for. I think it's like the things on the floor as well to do with the AWS. Yeah, there's buttons on here that you can't touch, but there we go. Windscreen wipers. Yep, I've already done that. Ready to depart. Well, now, basically. Stopping at Paisley Gilmour Street. So, we're off straight away. Not messing about at all. You can hear a little noise from the electronic motors, like a do 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 do, kind of like the door closing noise, I guess. Oh, look, there's a plane just taking off. That's nice. That's quite a novel feature I like in this. It actually has planes as well moving about, which isn't something you normally see, is it? Can I get instrument lights in here? Unless they're already on, which is possible. I'm going to leave it at 10% because we're going uphill, so we don't want to accelerate too quickly. But yeah, I've played through a few of the scenarios. I'm not sure about the rest of them. If you do want to see some of the others, then I may stream them. I don't know. Depends if my internet will hold out. but I think we got our green light as we go back over the M8 motorway, which I'm assuming is what that big bridge was. Doesn't look much like a motorway, but again, 2010. The resources for this, like in terms of roads, it was fairly limited. Ish, and we're going to absolutely cane it now. I love doing this. Can we see another service coming across? No. Okay, so we're going good then. You can just hear it whir up in the background. That's brilliant, that. And we got green lights all the way. So we're coming up to the speed limit, and we're gonna start braking because we're gonna end up going downhill in a minute anyway. I do tend to have drinks in between things when I genuinely can't think of things to say. But yeah, I'll be redoing as I said at the beginning of the video, I'll be redoing the Class 9F because I don't think I did it in enough detail. It's like when I finished recording, I was kind of like, this doesn't seem right. I don't know. It didn't sit right with me. It still doesn't. So I'll record it again, and I'll have a look at it. Let's brake a bit more. Come on. Yes, we made it. Made it into the percent. There we go. And of course the rest of the consist will push us up. Okay, so Paisley Gilmour is just Gilmour. Okay. Gilmour Street, and there we go, 60 miles an hour. We're only going to go 45, well, maximum 45. We've got 2 double yellows, which again, I can't remember for the life of me what the bloody hell that means. So if we leave it on, we can't leave it on 50. Okay, that's fair enough. But yeah, they're not really quite interested on this because it's not like 25%, 50%, 75%, then full whack. I'm just going to brake as we come into the station. There's the next service due in. I need to brake a little bit. I think I've overshot this station on this scenario before. I need to look for the 4 car. There it is. So I need to brake a little bit harder. There we go. Shut up. Doing a bit of a oh yeah, we're doing a much better job this time. And at all the things up and out. And they've also got these little lights that come on when the doors are open, which is cool. As far as detail goes for this thing, it's quite interesting. There's no 5 view. You can hear me just mashing number 5. We've got 6. We've got 4, 3, which is the back, 2, and of course inside. Let's put the brakes on 25%. Only need to hold it here. We've got normal lights affair, like that, and then like that. Coupling them is quite interesting because it's animated. So as you can see, the corridor is. I was hoping that was going to be a connected one. Unfortunately, not. But yeah, so you can see at the bottom there's a hinge. So when 2 units are coupling, they will couple at the bottom. As you can see at the bottom there, and then the door will tilt forward. All animated, which is pretty damn cool. I don't know what happens here though. I don't know. I should probably have a look next time. Oh well. But yeah, it's just I'm gonna be lazy. There we go. That's my thumbnail. Because once you completed a scenario on this, it's kind of difficult to. Oh, I need F3 to find out when I'm good to go. Successful stop. I think that was a bit dangerous. There we go. Let the power build up. It has RPM for some reason and not amps. I'm wondering if it has. Yeah, it has an ammeter up here, which measures how many amps are going to the electric motors, but not at the bottom. For some reason, it still thinks it's a diesel locomotive, which is interesting to say the least. So yeah, it is possible to have an array of consists actually. As you can see, that has 9 car stops. You can also have 12. I've ran a 12 before. It's quite interesting to try and park that one. But yeah, other than that, there's not much really you can do in here because of, well, again, its age. I mean, this was while it was still railworks, I believe. So that's an interesting fact for you. Yeah, it was a couple of years before it became Train Simulator 2012. So quite a old piece of content. Still a good piece of content though. Again, with the workshop, I'm pretty sure there's a hell of a lot of scenarios for this that you can just download. The only problem with that is it does require a little bit more DLC than you probably have. Well, it's more than probably I have as well. It's usually like a few diesel locomotives running, a couple of like shunt freights, 3747. I think I've seen class 30 before. I don't know, 31, 33. I think was one as well. I don't know. But yeah. So everything you need for the scenarios are included in this pack that come along with it. So I mean, I don't have the class 37 or class 40. I don't know. I get mixed up. I apologise for that. I'm not an expert in diesel locomotives. I'm not an expert in any locomotive really. I'm rambling again, which interests me why you guys keep watching me. I waffle about so much crap. Ridiculous. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that little X means. Meh, oh well. Full speed ahead. We're in a train, not a boat. I don't know. I do like the look of the Class 380. Just because it's weird. It's like most electrical multiple units, they usually round it off. I mean, look at the 390. We've got the the 321s just basically look like it's hit a wall. We got the other classes from the like the 365. Speeding, god damn it! Losing points. This is the best I have ever done at a scenario, I do believe. But yeah, I mean, look at it. It looks weird, doesn't it? It's just like got two sticky out bits, which I love. I love that about it. See, we're only 4 miles away. It's a very, very short. It's a short route, but it's a nice route. It's not too big, and there is absolutely no frame drop. It's a very small route. It is a small route. So with the extension, it's it's 10 kilometers. I don't know how many miles that is. Sorry, not good at that. Oh, that class 47's moving. Should we overtake it? Can we overtake it? Yeah, no problem. Look at that. Oh, that one's got to stop. Bitch, you're going down. Sorry, I'm gonna get a copyright strike for that. I can't even remember what that is. I think it's Hawaii 5-0. But yeah, look at that. Easily gliding past the 47. Look at that. Oh no, I'm speeding again. Every time I do something immature, I speed. It sucks. I hate it. Okay. But yeah, it's an interesting route. Is it worth £25? No. Reason? Age. Just its age. Because if this was made now, it'd have a lot more scenery like the beard. I mean, it might not be true to it, but I mean, you could add a crap ton more trees just to kind of like block it away. Add a few more buildings, just a bit more life around the area. And maybe someone's done that, I don't know. But oh, there we go. We can see the 20 mile an hour for the airport. But yeah, what do I think of the Class 830? No, not 830 or 83. 380. Very nice. I love it. It's just so weird. It's just so weird. I like it. Just because of its shape. There you go. There's a shunting one. Class 37. That's it. That's the one I was God damn it. So yeah, you get everything you need for like freight shunting and stuff like that in this. So there's nothing to worry about if you don't have extra packs. It's just the odd 1 or 2 locomotives that will have it. So everything's included at what you want. But yeah, as we get closer to the airport, it does get a little bit more busy, which is nice because no, not the airport, other one, bloody train station. That's the one. God damn it. I'm not talking about airport for. I've just been to the airport. Well, yeah, you've seen, you know what I mean. You just see me do it. A break a little bit premature there. Apparently I'm going to come in about half a minute early. Well, not with me bloody slowing down. But yeah, this thing breaks very, very quickly, which is kind of a bitch when you mess up with if you mess up with a signal. The emergency brakes will snap you in the ass. It's like one of them snapping turtles. It will just grab on and it just won't let go, and be a huge pain in the ass. Also, with me being colourblind, they from a distance they look fairly similar. Some of you guys will be like, how do they look similar? They don't look. Yeah, colourblindness is a bitch, especially if you like trains. It's an unbelievable bitch. You have no idea. I was about to brake a bit more then, but I don't need to. I can release the brakes because we're 0.1 of a mile away. So yeah. What do I like about this? I like the look of it. The sounds are nice. I love the horn. Brilliant. I just love it. It's awesome. Oh yeah, there's a neutral zone. Like this bit, I think. But what's disappointing about it? Well, to be honest, it hasn't been upgraded. It hasn't been updated to the new standard, which is unfortunate because there's a few that have been updated. Class 9F, for example, but I'll get into that on another video. I still do apologise for that not coming out, but I don't feel it was good enough. I don't want to put out content and you'll be like, oh, this is really shit. Why has he done this? So shit, what the hell? So yeah, I'd rather, again, like with any YouTuber, I'd rather take my time, and if it's something's not worth it, I'll redo it. I don't care. If I feel it's good enough, then I will put it up. But if not, then all I can do is apologise and say that I'll record it later. The fans don't work in the top, actually. I've just noticed that. But again, age. But yeah, only 2 things really bug me about this is just its age and the fact that it doesn't have a number 5 view. I would have loved number 5 view. Wow, that's finally moving. We've done an entire trip and that's only just buggering off. I wish it was a bit more filled out as well. It looks fairly fairly empty, doesn't it? Looks like there's a last few services. I must be. There was no speed limit. There was no speed limit, Sean. Fuck you. Fuck you, speed limit. Oh, I've lost all my points. Lost all my bloody points. Yeah, I do like this bit though. I do like this bit. Is just going under the arch, it's like da 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 da, and then boom, you're in. So yeah, we're stopping where we started off, which I personally think is a great way to bring the video to an end. But yeah, do I think it's worth 25 quid? No, definitely not, because of its age and the fact that it hasn't been updated either. It hasn't been upgraded in any way, and that's not a big ask, is it? Because you've seen how short it is. I do it myself, but I have no clue on how to work this. But there's another topic I want to bring up in another video. It's like one of my off-topic random rants. It's like about the DLC community and stuff like that, rebranding and all that. So that will be my next one. Oh yeah, there's no 3D cab, unfortunately. So we're just gonna turn it off. I need to turn the headlights off as well, don't I? Yes. That. Okay, so yeah, next time I'll get into the 9F, and then on my other video I will do something else regarding something that's very widely wanted in the community. But other than that, I'd like to thank you guys very much for watching. If you liked today's video, please hit that like button. If you want to suggest DLC you want to see me do, then feel free to put it in the comments below. If so, if you just want to comment on the quality of this, then feel free to do so in the comments. Please don't be mean. But other than that, I would like to thank you for watching, and I shall see you